So imagine if you were Spider-Man and you had all the powers and of course the responsibility of Spider-Man because you can't have one without having the other. But instead of like spinning webs out of like your wrist or whatever, you spun them out of your pinky, right? So you're shooting webs out of your pinky fingers, but you also have to like put your thumb up like a surfer, and every time you shoot webs, you got to go whoa, right? So you're just like whoa, dude. But just like you have to say that every time you shoot a web, no matter what you're doing.
So no matter what. So if his mouth was compromised, which is a weird way of saying he can't talk, so he wouldn't be able to do anything then. So the easiest way to beat Spider-Man would just be to sort of gag him, I guess.
I don't know. But yeah, just, you're Spider-Man, so you're shooting webs out of your pinkies, you go, whoa, man!
Whoa!
Just imagine how cool that would be, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd like the idea of a Spider-Man surfer man. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think he's about due Miles Morales or whatever he is now. I think he's due a change to Chad Longboardington. And it'll be good. Might not be real name.
Here's the thing, though. Would you rather be that, or would you rather be the Flash and you could do everything run normally, but if you go into super speed, you have to do the Crip Walk?
Oh, I fucking love the Crip Walk. You just sold me on it. I was leaning towards Spider-Man, but...
So what would you rather do? So you could do super speed, but you have to do the Crip Walk while you're doing it.
Sign me up, brand me, give me the uniform of the Flash Crip Walking motherfucker. I am on board with that. I tried to learn the Crip Walk back when I was 18, 19.
Oh, of course.
Tried to do a few of the little steps. I got them down, and then realized it was pretty fucking stupid of me. Yeah. Tried bust them out in a nightclub. Looked like a fucking retard I did. Not, no offense to anyone. But we all live and learn. The Sea Walk did not impress the ladies that night, but I don't know. Maybe I was in the wrong club. Maybe it was the wrong audience. I've always thought I'd be a big hit in Compton or somewhere. Like if I went down there, I always thought I'd set that town. That's the wrong way of phrasing it. I was going to say, set that town alight, which is probably not the best phrasing, especially given the
all the way back
state,
to, 1992?
Yeah. We'll fucking be partying like it was 1999, to use the words of Prince.
I guess you could say we came to tear this mother up.
I would say that we were partying like it was 158. I think.
158.
Is that what we're on? Yeah, there we go.
We're on one of those episodes.
Yeah. I mean, the release schedule is a bit fucked. We're aware of that, guys. We are currently working on that to get it sorted. Got locked out of a few accounts. So I've been working to recover shit and, anyway, it's all good. It's all good. That's nothing. We are plagued by tech issues this episode. I know I shouldn't say it, but, it is just me and Manimal at the moment. I'm vacant. That's Manimal, as you can imagine. We're not role reversing.
Before we begin this episode, I need to give a shout out to Matt. Not the Matt that we know, but the real Matt. Because he is the man who came up with the Surfer Spider-Man.
The real Matt.
Flash. Yeah, so this is a shout out to the real Matt and also Jeff, because it's Apple o'clock somewhere.
Very, very specific jokes and shout outs, but shout outs all the same. So shout out real Matt, not fake Matt that we have. So fake, he ain't even here. It's not his fault. Sadly, Matt Corin isn't joining us this week, just because he's ran into some tech issues. So sadly, he is unavailable. He has been subbed out, but we might be getting a very special guest in a little while. Maybe. Not that I've got no faith in them, just I don't know how long we're going to go. So, who knows? But that'll be a nice little surprise for you all if we do.
Yeah, keep tuned and keep your surprise meter on surprise. For surprise.
Waiting for surprise.
Now, but wait, that makes no sense, because if you keep the surprise meter on S...
Then you are surprised. Yeah.
No, it literally just means straight up shit. So...
If you got a surpriseometer and you are at surprised, because surely it measures from not surprised to surprised, so you're already on the surprise scale. Like, if you were already in a state of surprise, the actual surprise is not going to surprise you.
Yeah, so that's why shit is also an option. It could be shit or stun. The surprise the surprise will either be shit or it will stun you.
I feel like that's like a new highlights and lowlights segment we should bring in. Were we stunned? Was it shit or were we stunned by this stuff?
Or stun.
Okay, everything going forward, any anime or any news story, it's got to be shit or stunned. That's just how it's going to be. But yeah, it is us. It's somewhere in November, the end of November, tail end. But I want to know, how has your week been, Manimal? Kickers are strong, because it's just a two-man crew we're running.
Yeah, so I got a couple things that I want to talk about this week. I have a whole little list of things to kind of go over here. So this will be one of the longest "How was your week" segments, but I promise you all it'll be worth it. Okay,
well, I'm going to set my expectation speedometer to high.
With every little item I bring, you can tell me if it's shit or stun.
Okay, I'm gonna review your week.
Yeah. So you guys might remember some classic eBay auctions, such as the Apple and the toy Yoda and stuff like that. Just a lot of classics, as eBay was a new frontier that everybody was shining down on and kind of discovering, you know. So we found something that I think is probably the best eBay auction I've seen in my life. Unfortunately, as of this recording, it was taken down. And I'm very sad about this. However, the memory remains, and I know it did exist, and I need to tell everybody about this. So when you think of the Nintendo World Championships, you might think of that gold cartridge, which is like the rarest NES game, I think, because there's only like a couple copies of it. And I don't remember how much it sells for, but it sells for a lot. So, you know, we all know the Nintendo World Championships, right? You know, like the Wizard and shit like that. Where was it? The Wizard? No, that was different. But you guys know what I'm talking about, you know?
Big deal. Big deal.
It's a classic thing.
Yeah.
So, as you can imagine, there are a lot of little pieces of memorabilia from the Nintendo World Championships. Maybe some shirts, some games, like I said, the cartridges and all that. How about a used piece of toilet paper that came from the washroom? So the 1990 in Dallas, Texas, someone put up an auction, used toilet paper from the NWC Nintendo World Championships. And he also put 1990 and authentic in caps in the title. So it's basically a piece of toilet paper in a Ziploc bag that he put a ruler next to.
I was going to say, don't downplay the presentation of this. It's in a lovely little Ziploc bag, nice photos, good lighting, showcases the 30-year-old shit that's on there, and, you know.
Yeah, so it's this used piece of toilet paper that he claims was found on the bathroom at the championships and might be used by the champion Thor. That's what's alleged. The description, it's not up anymore, so I can't read the description, but it said something like, authentic, it was bought from the previous owner, and it's been preserved, so the vivid color is still there. And it's a great piece. It's a great piece for any museum or anything. Before it got taken down, it went up to $26 with 31 bids. On Friday, we watched it go up from $2 to $19. This is probably the best thing I've ever seen on eBay. Because the thing is, I know very well this guy literally just wiped his ass and put it in a bag. However, I kind of believe him. I almost believe the story.
I mean, it raises more questions. There's just more and more questions for it. Because, like, okay, there's layers of mistakes here. Number one, I hope it's his own. Because I'm not sure what's weirder, really, is, like, either him having a shit, wiping, and then putting that in a Ziploc bag and keeping it. Or finding someone else's used toilet paper that's not been flushed for some reason, and then putting that in a bag. Like, so that's weird originally. Number two, showcasing that you have that publicly for the world to see is another mistake. Number three, if it is genuine and it is from this place, is it 1998, did you say, or 1999?
1990.
Oh, really? Nintendo? Oh yeah. No, I'm thinking of the N64. Ignore me.
Yeah, it was on the NES.
So this was the year I was born. So this piece of shit, this shitty toilet paper, is as old as me. It is 28 years that this person has been in possession of this used...
He bought it from the previous owner.
Oh, okay. Wait, so that just makes even less sense. So it's been traded around like it's some... oh man, remember back in the day when we used to trade anime VHSs and stuff?
He also put in the description, this is a one-of-a-kind item that likely will never pop up again, as it's not known if any pieces of toilet paper
Oh my god. So there is a shitty piece of toilet paper that has been traded amongst Nintendo hardcore fans for 28 years. If this is legit, it is probably just him having a joke, but...
Oh, it is. But the thing about this that makes it so great is that, like, stuff like this only appears so often. It's like back in, like, Kickstarter, people were like, help me make a potato salad, and then everybody copied that.
Oh,
like,
God,
This is a trailblazer. Like, this is a guy who thought, I'm gonna put this up, but the fact that it's so specific to the Nintendo World Championships, it's not like piece of toilet paper from 18 whatever Abraham Lincoln used it. This is like so specific that you almost believe it, you know?
We could do that. Let's think of somewhere. SozumiCon 2018, legendary convention. We had
toilet paper found after the 18 plus Digimon panel.
Oh god, yeah. I wouldn't want to see them too. We've all seen convention bathrooms. They, brave souls who go in there and fix them.
The 24-hour truck stop couldn't be, like, no con bathroom could be as bad as that bathroom was, so.
That was clean, though.
But
it still had the smell.
Like, it had, like, an eternal odor.
Because it was a truck stop bathroom, it was like, no matter how much bleach you'd put on it, you weren't getting away. Its soul had been stained, that room, so it just forever would smell of that faint shit smell over
all
the chemicals.
Past traumas, they're all there. Everything is there in the floorboards, you know. But
yeah, sad to hear it got taken down.
Yeah, because I was looking to find it again to talk about on the episode, but then I found that it was gone, and I know eBay's probably like, you can't just be selling your used toilet paper, but this, like, come on. Like,
it's a piece of history, eBay. Lighten up, for God's sake.
See, the thing that's better is the fact that it has 31 bids. Somebody would have got this. Somebody would have actually bought this.
He would have had to have mailed that.
A review on it. Like, wouldn't you love to see an unboxing video? Hey guys, I bought this used piece of toilet paper on eBay.
I want them to tease the audience a little, like, so I've got a real important, one-of-a-kind piece of memorabilia from a famous World Championship, the Nintendo 1990 World Championships, and then start spouting, like, figures from it all, and just like, oh yeah, man, you know all this, blah, blah, blah. And I came across this from a young man, and blah, 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 blah. And then he opens it, and it's like, it is used! We don't know which brave competitor used it, but...
it's one of a kind. Like, whoever came up with this is brilliant, and I'm so sad that the powers that be had to ruin everybody's fun.
Fucking
as usual.
Everyone, can't. Tell you what, 2018, it's the current year, can't sell used toilet paper online. That's like, just some bullshit to me.
I thought I was free. This ain't no Soviet Union. You know, this ain't no
North Korea. Dad place. This ain't no dad place.
No bad place. No, this is totally like
I thought you said dad place.
No, like a dad would have come up with this probably.
I was going to say this is a dad thing to do.
His dads are like big fans of fecal jokes.
Yeah. I put Nutella on this toilet roll and now I'm going to sell it. I don't know what
a dad wouldn't have the balls to actually sell his used toilet paper. He just put like Nutella or something on it, definitely.
Yeah. I don't know what that dad voice was. That's probably not a dad voice. My dad doesn't sound like that.
Yeah,
hey, everybody.
I don't think anyone's dad... I can't do the voices.
Hey, everybody. I'm just your dad coming down the stairs with one nut hanging out because that's what dads do.
Yeah, that's like very few people. Somebody's listening right now. They're like, "How do you know that's what my dad sounds
That
like?"
is a spot-on impression of my dad. What the fuck? What's going on? How's he know?
You know my dad? Yes, I know your dad. I don't like him.
Oh, we love all dads on this show.
Dad respect down. But yeah, I just thought that was a great gem that needed to be discussed. So
R.I.P. Friggin' rip Nintendo toilet paper.
Rip Nintendo toilet. It also led me to find that they made a special branded toilet paper for Star Fox Adventures. So there's like it's like game tips for the game on the toilet paper.
Really?
It's like, yeah, it's branded as like survival something or other. And you could find like sealed rolls of it for like $50 or whatever. And it led me to find that people are selling rolls of toilet paper from like the 80s. Like it's some brand Northern something or other, but it's like sealed toilet paper for $12. And it's just like 1980, which made me think somebody out there is collecting vintage toilet paper.
They must be. There's gotta be someone doing that.
Because look it up, you'll find it. And you know, it's one of those things where like people say there's someone who collects everything. And stuff like this goes to show you there really is someone who collects everything.
I guess they do.
Like even toilet paper. Like, you know. It's fantastic.
If people collect stamps, you'll collect toilet roll.
It's only natural because clearly they release collector's editions of toilet paper as seen by Star Fox Adventures.
You do. You get it. I had some Sudoku one. I had the Snowman, like the little British animation for Christmas. Like they do a snowman and snow dog toilet paper. So I always get that in the house. You know, so there is special collections.
Yeah. I just love that this Star Fox one actually has the game tips. So when you're taking a shit, you can just like unroll the toilet paper and be like, yeah, I'm going to have to try that out next time.
Maybe that's how they got the toilet roll. Maybe it was one that had tips on, and he was like, oh, I'm going to need this. So, like, they wiped, and he was like, but it's got the actual tip and strategy that I need, so he had to take it with him. Maybe that's the origin story of this, of the shitty used toilet paper in 1990.
Yeah, it had, like, Super Mario 3 tips on it and stuff. I don't know. But, yeah, anyways, moving on from toilet paper, which is a great topic. I found probably my new favorite genre of music.
Okay.
As you guys know, I'm a big fan of rock music. I like jangle pop. I like J-pop. Or I like J-pop the most. See, jangle pop is also like a J, but it's still like jangle pop, not like J-pop. You wouldn't call it J-pop. If anything, you call it like jang pop.
Jang pop. There you go. J-pop's J-pop, so yeah, you can't have two.
So yeah, anyways, I like all this kind of music, but I came across something great, and that's Yugoslav Turbofolk, specifically during the Yugo Wars. It's probably the best propaganda music ever made, and there's a very good 14-minute like little documentary on YouTube that I don't remember what his name is. Someone made it, and it was amazing. So some people might know the Serbia Strong song that has like that soldier playing the accordion, and it's in like really shitty quality. Like you've probably seen it.
Yeah.
They use it. It's the Remove Kebab song, so you've definitely heard of that before. It's been around.
Yeah, I've probably. If you've been on the internet long enough, you've probably seen most of anything that circulates.
Yeah. But the thing is, Turbofolk is very interesting, and it's a real genre of music. Like if you look it up, it's real, and it's So, the Yugo Wars, very complicated. Just by mentioning the Yugo Wars, we might even get like a shitstorm in the comments, even though nobody ever comments.
They do when the videos are actually up. And we just never post them.
It's amazing because you have Serbs, you have Croatians, you have everybody making this kind of music. And it's probably the best shit ever. So you have like this very like polka almost kind of thing with like the shitty accordions and stuff, and just like some like literal soldiers singing propaganda lyrics about the war, like defend Kosovo and lead your Serbs and we're gonna get you and shit like that. Probably my favorite one was a bunch of Croatian guys, and they were like this full on like rock band, but the guy was playing like a 3-piece drums. And one guy's playing like a Les Paul and shit like that, and it just like there's like a guitar harmony and everything. And there's another one where again it's all like actual soldiers who probably died later in these videos,
Well, at least they were immortalized in a way that they want to be remembered.
Yeah, like if you look up
Yugoslavian Turbofolk.
If you look up the YouTube channel Cocaine with a K, you could find all these videos, and just do it. Just spend an hour or so looking up Yugoslav wartime Turbofolk, because it's really fascinating. It provides you this is like, just the fact that this shit was made is insane to me. And just some of the lyrics are just like, oh my God. Like, it's like if like, well, Green Day would never do that, but if like there was another like band like that in like the 2000s that was singing about taking down Saddam and stuff like that, and like, let's destroy Baghdad, like that would be the exact equivalent to what this music is, And I have a record of Iraq pop music as well that I got at the record store.
What?
It's it's like old style, like Iraq, like in the like 70s, 80s, I think. And it's a record that was assembled from old cassette tapes that were found in America in like Iraqi households.
Okay.
And it is not for Western ears because it's probably the most insane shit I've ever heard in my life. Because it has like the most just like crazed instrumentation and like all these weird instruments that just make no sense at all. And I don't know. There's a lot of fascinating genres of music that are worth looking into, and Yugoslav Turbofolk, it needs to be looked into because it's just great. And just read the comments because exactly what's going to go on in those comment sections. Anytime anyone mentions the Balkans, it just goes crazy. So
interesting. That's what Manimal's been getting up to.
The thing about Turbofolk is that it's the same genre of music from both sides. Like again, in Iraq that wouldn't happen. They wouldn't both be making like pop punk. Could you imagine an Iraqi pop punk band singing about destroying George Bush? Because I can't.
I would imagine that they would have some sick rap artists, and then there'd just be a lot of freestyles going back and forth.
Oh yeah, I guess rap or pop punk would definitely be of the era because that's definitely like when Green Day was at their peak and shit like that.
Yeah.
But then also like the rap from the early 2000s, I guess like 50 Cent and all of them. Exhibit.
X to the Z.
I'd be hard pressed not to mention Exhibit, but. Yeah, so that was great. This is like, just a bit of a minor little greatest hit, but someone came in the shop and he was like, just doing his thing, just selling something. So, but there's Buddy, he's eating some nuts. He's eating trail mix. So he's like to the guy, he's like, well, I hope you're not allergic to nuts. And the guy's like, I love nuts. He's a very flamboyant individual.
Did he say it exactly like that?
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, I love nuts.
So he knew exactly what he was doing. Because I was going to say, it's either intentional or he says it, and then he realizes afterwards how it sounds.
He very much meant to say that. It was just one of those great like micro moments in life where you're like, yeah. Just like when somebody, like the same guy, my friend there, he's trying to sell some kind of generator that was it's propane powered. So he said propane, and I was like, propane. And then the customer was like, propane. And I was like, propane. They're just like little moments in life that are hard to describe, but when they happen, it's magic,
They make the world great.
Just like the guy who called in today, like, I bought a laptop off you guys, and it has a touch screen. This is a problem, so I want to return it.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
You guys didn't tell me it had a touch screen.
What a weird... You mentioned that to us earlier, and I'm trying to think of a way where I take a laptop home, and, like, because I've paid that amount of money for a laptop, and then they go, oh, by the way, it has all these additional features, and I go, well, I'm not happy about that. It's like going... It's like...
Who's ever angry about something having optional features?
Like,
that
touchscreen's an upgrade, like... Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, I want to return this.
A touchscreen is an upgrade, certainly. I would imagine. A touchscreen is like, because there's no way I have a laptop that's not touchscreen, and I've never been like touching and caressing the screen thinking, wow, I'm so glad that this doesn't have like touch functionality.
My laptop has a touchscreen, and you know how often I use it? Freaking never, because I forget it has a touchscreen, and then I'm like, a touchscreen. It's pointless. Laptops don't need a touchscreen. There's no use for it.
Because why, like, if you have it, that's great. Like, just tap away and all that shit. But it's not bad. Like, just turn it off.
Handy.
Surely you can just turn it off.
It is handy.
Why do you need a laptop that's non-touchable. Like, what are you doing to the screen?
It raises questions, but wasn't the situation where you ask questions just kind of like, yeah, just bring it back?
Yeah, I'd press them. I'd just say, why?
Yeah.
So, oh, well, that's a great new feature. It's like me going in and going, right, okay, guys, you sold me this laptop and told me it had like 16 gig of memory. Turns out that it's got 32, like, for the RAM or whatever. Not happy. You sold me 16. I don't want this. Get the fucking shit out of here.
Yeah,
Get rid of it. Get out of town. You sold me this car and it came with a full tank of gas. You didn't tell me that. Get the fuck out of here. Take it back, son. Send it back to the shop. I don't give a fuck.
It was just, there are all kinds of people in this world, and sometimes you just don't realize it, But
really weird. Sorry, I was yawning. I was in the middle of a yawn.
Having a bit of a yawn.
Having a bit of a yawn on.
Just yawning away. But yeah, in addition to that, so I had both the best and worst shipping experience the other day of online ordering.
Is this why the used toilet paper was no longer available?
I mean, besides that. So anyway, I did my first Discogs order and got Psycho Omori's Seno album on record, which is amazing because I love Psycho. She's my favorite J-pop artist, and I was so happy to actually get one of her albums on record,
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, to me, that's, like, the final frontier. Like, all the good shit I have is on record because that's, like, the best format. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to get in format wars here, but it's, like, it feels the most real to me when you have, like, the big cover and everything. I'm like, yes, now I have it.
Yeah.
And for $60 shipped, I got that album, and it was impeccable. It was packaged to perfection. It was freaking wrapped so nicely. There was not a single crease on the album cover. Like, when Amazon ships you records, they throw it in a cardboard box. They don't give a shit. The corners are always bent and stuff. Like, they literally just don't care when they ship their stuff.
Yeah, it's cheap and cheerful.
Like, especially records. Like, there's no care put into it, but anytime I've ordered anything from Japan, it's always packaged, like, so perfectly, like they actually care and are trying to uphold a certain quality,
Yeah.
So,
they've also got to, like, fly as well with them. Whereas yours are coming from, like,
true.
local centres and then just chucked into the back of a van and shit, aren't
they? Not really, because Mrs. Saga is, well, I don't know. That's like 12 hours, or 14, but I don't know. But, yeah, so that was great. And in the same day, I got the most disastrous Amazon order I've got. Yeah, it was Bandmaid's album, Just Bring It, just the CD, and it was still factory sealed. But it was stuck together with perfume or some kind of weird, soapy, sticky substance in the booklet. It was very specific. All the pages were, like, stuck together and stuff like that. But it was still, like, factory sealed, so somehow this, like, weird soap, like dish soap or whatever, got into the CD. It didn't make any sense. Like, I've never seen anything like that happen. And I feel kind of too lazy to send it back, and also because they don't have any other copies, so I just want to have the album at the end of the day,
Yeah, you ain't gonna play it.
What's that? No, it still plays. It's just, like, gross,
Yeah, you don't want your pages stuck together on anything, really.
Yeah, I gotta read the English translations. That Bandmaid's music is already, like, 30% English lyrics anyway, but yeah.
You ain't no normie. You don't need those English translations.
No, I'll just kind of figure it out for myself and be like, I gotta listen to a J-pop song a billion times and then just sing it like, like, just like the worst, like interpretation of what the words might actually be,
Yeah. I'm yet to hear a good... Do you know, they do it with anime openings quite a lot, where people will have anime songs and then they'll do their own English versions. Yet find one that I like.
They're hit or miss. Sometimes the vocalists really suck. There are a couple on YouTube I found that are pretty decent. I've heard, like, a pretty good cover of, like, Don't Say Lazy. And there was one group that did, like, a good one of Snow Halation that they uploaded on Christmas Eve a few years ago. But by and large,
they get points just for that.
They just don't work because the melodies themselves don't translate well to English. No,
the cadence, I guess, and the rhythm is just too different to match the Japanese. The amount of extra syllables that you have to go in,
yeah, because
is crazy.
Japanese words blend themselves to music super well in ways that English words just don't. You know, like English words, like it's hard to make them sound as good because it's just
it's a totally different style. Like that's the thing. When maybe I'm guilty because the only ones that I've really ever seen is like tend to be like shonen sort of openings that are like more rocky style, like a bit more fast paced and quicker tempo. So it's like if you in my heart. It's like,
it
mate.
just ends up being that kind of thing.
Don't do it. Just don't.
As we fall into this world. Just whatever.
It's like, no! Don't do it!
It never works because, like, the thing with, like, J-pop, they could have, like, this thing that sounds like they're saying a whole bunch of words, but it really just translates to, our time is fleeting. But it could sound like it's just going on forever, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, again, the lyrics, you never get the full context or understanding what they actually are, so they're just stupid. You know?
Mm. But this is a point I've always said about songs. Pop songs are a big one. You actually listen to the words of a pop song. Half time don't make no sense. Half time it's just half references, and it's like, oh, you kind of understand what they mean.
Are you telling me that Katy Perry's Hummingbird Heartbeat isn't the pinnacle of music with its opening line, you make me feel like I'm losing my virginity the first time every time that you're touching me?
The one that always gets me is Take That. I don't know. You probably heard of Take That. They're quite big.
Maybe. I don't know.
They had a song called Flood, and it was like, and it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, we were holding back the flood, trying to dance against the rain, and the ground was shaking, chasing, and it just doesn't, what are you on about? What are you talking about?
The thing with pop music is that it has to sound catchy. So like, a lot of songs don't need to have like catchy words, even if they're like just really freaking stupid, you know?
Robbie Williams, Candy. Hey ho, here she goes. A little too high or a little too low. Got no self-esteem and vertigo because she thinks she's made of candy. I mean, it's a nice word soup. It sounds nice, but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of specific examples. I mean, we can talk about Kesha, but she has like the best lyrics of all time, better than Bob Dylan, so let's not even go there.
You're not allowed to diss Kesha, though. If you diss Kesha, then you get banned on Twitter scene. So I ain't gonna go there.
If you dish Kesha, it's because you don't look like Mick Jagger. So get out of here.
Yeah, well, I don't. I'll be honest. I'll hold my hands up. I do not look like Mick Jagger, sadly. I'll work on that.
What shouldn't you be the closest to looking like Mick Jagger?
Oh, is that an age joke?
No, it's because you're both English.
Oh, I thought you were just making a joke. Yeah, I turned 28. So what? I am still young and eligible, I guess. Not eligible, but, if I was, I'd be eligible. I'd be right in there. Up the bachelor ranks like Neo Yokio.
No, it's because you're both English. Naturally, all English people look the same, right? You guys all look like Mr. Bean.
We all look the same. Somewhere between Mr. Beam and Idris Elba. We're all just somewhere on that scale.
Imagine if you just all look like Mr. Bean. Just like literally the ugliest English person you could think of right at the top of your head.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't fucking know. Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson was fine. I don't know. What else did you get up to anyway, dude?
Yeah, that's about it. I have my new album out, so my nonsense on KANTTILA.bandcamp.com, and I'm working on the Christmas EP. We got a hip collab song coming up. I did the track.
Oh yeah, can't wait for that.
The track is done, so we just need to get the vocals on there, and I'll probably do like 5 other songs. I already did Jingle Bell Rock, which turned out. I didn't know it was going to turn out the way it did, but it did anyway. So sometimes that's just how it happens. I'm getting in the Christmas mood, definitely. Like yesterday I walked through the mall, and they already had like Mall Santa going, because I guess they do that after Remembrance Day. They just get Santa out there.
Yeah, they've got all the decorations, the lights. They do like the city switch on. Do you know when you switch the lights on a certain day, and they have all celebrations and shit? Did all that already?
Well, yeah, there's like a little parade they do, and then like that's when everything starts. Yeah. And sometimes it's nice, where I work and interacting with people who are very much not normal. It's nice to just like go to the mall and like look at people and be like, these people look normal, and just kind of feel better about things. But yeah, I don't know. I just like to do that whenever Christmas time comes. You know, just when you see like the places set up all their stuff, it makes you feel good inside.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Get those giant candy canes on the ceiling.
Get them presents. Get that tinsel. Get that tree. No, it's it definitely. I'm feeling it. I'm starting to feel it now because you know, Starbucks has got the Christmas cups in, so you're getting all the festive cups and Christmas drinks going there.
No cups are better than Robin Donuts' holiday cups, which just feature a snowman. But it's like this very like charming. It's like a charmingly bad cup, but it's like it's nice because it's like it's just a snowman, and it's just like green and red, and it's just like this sucks, but I love it.
It's not like the Art Deco kind of thing. I don't know, Costa here last year or the year before, or maybe they're doing it this year as well. They did like a sort of, they did 4 cups where they were like, sort of Christmas jumpers, like Christmas sweaters, like the sort of cable knit style.
I remember you showed me that, yeah.
They were cool. I like them ones a lot. They were pretty damn sweet.
I think last year Tim's did like a gift wrap kind of cup, so I don't know what they're going to do this year. Tim's introduced a freaking Happy Meal that they do now. It's basically like for $5 you can give a kid like 2 chicken strips, 5 apple slices, and orange juice, or like a mini grilled cheese or mini wrap. It's like,
come on.
It's ridiculous. It's freaking Tim's. You go to Tim's.
Come on, Tim's. Don't sell out.
And do you know what they call it?
They don't call it a Happy Meal, do they?
Can you guess what Tim's would call their equivalent of a kid's meal? Or as they call it on their website, a snack meal, too.
Do they call it a snack meal?
No, they call it the Timmy's Minis.
Hey! Mini Tim's. Mini Timmy's.
I'm kind of okay with that name, but just the fact that for $5 you get like 2 freaking small ass chicken strips and like
a half an apple.
Man, you guys know it's not even half an apple. They cut the slices so thin. Like you ain't even giving me like a whole half of an apple because you guys got to cheap out so much.
I thought Restaurant Reviews wasn't going to be on this week, but my God, we've got one.
Yeah, we got one on Tim's and their new Timmy's Minis, which I didn't eat but just looked at. And Tim's has a reward card. Because everywhere is getting reward cards nowadays. It's like this new trend.
Yeah.
But it only works until January.
Oh, the 12-month card? Or did they introduce it like a few months ago?
They introduced it last week.
What?
So it takes you 8 visits to get a donut or a coffee.
Yeah.
You have a better chance of getting roll up the rim 8 times, and maybe you'll get like 2 coffees out of that.
Okay. McDonald's does the coffee thing, doesn't it? The free coffee after you get the little sticker. But
McDonald's has an amazing system because they give you stickers. It's fun to put stickers on stuff.
It's year round as well. It goes from January the 1st to December the 31st, so you're fine.
$1 coffee. They give $1 coffee.
Yeah. So you get 6 of them and you go, do you know what? I've got a free one. Or you can give it to a homeless person or something. I don't know.
It's nice, but what Tim's does is just kind of like...
Bit of a slap in the face when they've gone,
but
it's available for 6 weeks.
Yeah, where they make it, it's all, now it expires. Like, what kind of sense does that make? Like, I get the idea, it's because they want you to just go to Tim's and not go to, like... I guess Robin's is a competitor, but I don't know. I'd rather go to Robin's because they're more Canadian and they're more true and they're not going to betray us like Tim's did. But, it's just one of those things. Otherwise, I got nothing else to say. I think I've said a lot.
We have. It's been that's half the episode already on that. But it was a good journey through used toilet paper and Yugoslavian techno-punk or whatever it was.
Turbofolk.
Turbofolk, sorry.
Yeah, check it out. Everyone check out Yugoslav Turbofolk because it's as fascinating as the history of Yugoslavia itself is.
I'll endeavor to after the show. I'll make
sure you find that video with the Croatian guys who are all like, it's in shitty, all these videos, by the way, are in shitty VHS tape. Like they're literally recorded off VHS tapes that have like the tracking and everything on it. And that was golden. Because it's not like a Slavic recording unless it's on a VHS tape.
Makes it more authentic that way.
Yeah, so everyone check out that one. I can't even pronounce the title, so I'm not going to do it.
Don't bother. Just track it down, everyone.
The title, and it's just a bunch of Croatian guys who are just like playing this kind of actually good rock song. It's amazing. But yeah, that's me. What do you got?
Well, I am. We just mentioned it, the 28th. It was the big 2-8 for me a couple days ago, so I was celebrating that this week. I've been busy just spending some time with a family. Got to go out to we don't have many out here, as you've heard. My favourite food is like barbecue and all that kind of shit. I love me some barbecue food and grill food.
You had the best barbecue in history.
We did in Kansas, so there's stiff competition.
I'm still thinking about those goddamn ribs from Joe's.
Ribs and that brisket from Joe's Barbecue, Oklahoma Joe's.
I think I mentioned this, but I've been getting freaking ribs whenever I go to restaurants with my friends now, just in hopes that they'll be as good as they were at Joe's Barbecue, and they're not as good.
Don't bother. They'll never be as good, no matter where you go.
It's kind of, a different place. Like Kansas, they ain't going to give me pierogies that were as good as the almost year-old memory of the Polish restaurant.
They ain't gonna, but
over here, there's not gonna be somewhere that gives me like the amazing rib power that Joe's Barbecue did.
Maybe they might know, because, like I say, I tracked down this smokehouse, and there's an authentic smokehouse. It was a tiny restaurant. Our party of 8 was way like the biggest table by far that they have. So it's this really small restaurant, but they have one smoker that they have outside that they smoke all the meats on and all that kind of shit. So we went there, and it was but it was really authentic sort of. I think the dude, he'd lived in Texas or something. He was English, but he apparently had lived there and all this kind of stuff. So he'd worked in the food business there, and his name was JR. Yeah, his name was JR, which, definitely authentic Texan name that was.
JR.
JR. That's what he called himself. Maybe it was fake, but JR is like the most Texan name I could think of. Good old JR.
Yeah, like an initial kind of name, or like it probably stands for like Justin, Ryan, Daniel, Thomas.
Yeah, it's 2 first names. It's definitely 2 first names. It's not his first and last name. It's definitely like you say, like Jonathan, Rick, or something. It has to
be like super like Anglo though. It can't just be like something fancy like Justin Lefrange. Le Fromage.
Le Fromage. Yeah, it's just something really simple, like Jim Ross, the famous JR. Jim Ross. Yeah. Can't get it. You're not even shortening the name down. Jim Ross. There's JR, same syllables. But anyway, so I had this. It was some good shit. It was some good shit. The brisket, damn good. The turkey, damn good. Do you know the only problem is, because we went late at night and it was like gone 9:30 by the time we were eating on a Saturday night, they'd smoked that shit hours ago and just reheated it. You could absolutely tell when it was a little dried out and it wasn't the freshest. But then you can't get angry at them. But you can't get mad at them because it's a small place. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. So it wasn't as, fresh as I hoped. But, the taste of it reminded me of Kansas. So it brought back a lot of memories. It gave me some warm, fond memories of a summer spent in the fucking blistering heat of Kansas, which is probably still hot to this day, despite what Matt says. And he's not here to pull out some statistics.
No,
anyway,
I've been looking at the temperatures. I got the temperatures of all our cities on my phone, and you are by far the warmest place.
We are having one of the mildest Novembers ever. To be fair, this has been really mild. So I ain't complaining. It's been cold, but it's been really mild by what it could be. So I'm pretty happy. We've had no snow, no ice yet. Barely any frost. So I'm down with that. I'm digging it, especially because. Go on, sorry.
Oh, no, I didn't want to interrupt, but I was just saying, just to note, over here it's minus 15, it's 3 in Kansas, and it's 4 for you.
And is this... Oh, yeah, no, you actually do normal temperatures like me, not Fahrenheit.
Because we're actually normal. We're not stupid Americans.
Not like when it's 127! It's like, I ain't baking a turkey. I want to know how hot it is outside. Like, do I need shorts or not? Come on, tell me. Yeah. Just translate it for me, because in my head I'm like, well, I ain't going out if it's fucking 100 degrees. Then I'm going to boil water. I'll boil my eyes.
Not on fire.
Yeah, it's going to be very uncomfortable. You know, a Baskin Robbins ice cream ain't going to sort that shit out. Ain't going to cool me down. It's 100 degrees out.
Sonic will.
Sonic will. God bless Sonic and those people. Who work at Sonic. I don't know why they need blessing. I'm sure they're lovely people anyway. But, so celebrating the birthday, you know, all that kind of thing. It's been all good fun. Cracked open Red Dead Redemption 2. That's going to be the game I'm going to be playing. Kind of realised that I sort of need to know the story of the first one.
But it's a prequel.
It is a prequel. So, but it's useful to know these stuff, because I went and watched like a 20-minute video that was just sort of specifically for people like me who didn't play the first game on YouTube. I can't remember the name of it, so I can't give them a shout out. It's one of the first that come up. If you just click, if it's like everything you need to know about Red Dead or some bollocks. Because it's useful to know that the main character used to be in that gang, and he hit basically the first Red Dead Redemption as him tracking down surviving gang members, which your character in Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't a part of. So I can assume that your character's going to die at the end, or he'll slip away and live, I don't know, some bollocks. But you can pretty much you can go, yeah, I'm going to die. And Dutch, the leader of the gang, he's not going to die because he's definitely available and around in 1. So it's a bit of a weird one. I almost wish I hadn't gone back and watched stuff, because I was like, well, now I know who lives and who dies. And
yeah, you figure you can just play the game without knowing anything. I
mean, you probably can, because it is a prequel, like you say, but I wanted to sort of pick up on those little, you know, them little winks and nods to the history of the series. Do you know what I mean? Like, they love to put these little bits in there, especially Rockstar. They always like to put, you know, little callbacks and throwbacks to older, older installments in the series, like they did in GTA. So, you know, I liked, even though, I guess if I hadn't played the full, never mind. Don't ask why I did it. I just did. I thought, well, maybe I can get in this. I wanted to play it on the actual birthday itself, because I was like, I'm home, I'm chilling, it's all good. Let's
then
maybe.
You had to install it, probably updates forever.
It was a night. Do you know what it comes with? This is the first time I've ever seen this in a PS4 game, and I've had some pretty hefty ones, like Final Fantasy 15. It comes with 2 discs, a data disc, and the game. I've not had that yet.
That's like on the 360 they did.
Yeah, I've never. This is the first PS4 game that I have come across that has a data disc and a play disc, and there's 45 gig install on each, which means in total it's 90 gigs. I still have the original PS4 that I bought when it launched, so it's a 500 gig mine, which gives you about 430 gigs spare, or 440.
Freaking rip everything else you have on your hard drive.
I had to fucking be merciless. I had to swing that scythe. I was like, fuck this shit. I haven't played that in a week. That's going. So
Goodbye,
it's a bit
Fortnite.
sad. Oh no, that's still there. Good fucking Fortnite still rallying on there. It's hanging on for dear life.
Are you gonna get PUBG?
No, I'm tap it like I haven't we do play Fortnite occasionally still, because don't get me wrong, if it wasn't an online game and I played with all my mates, like, it's basically us not going to the pub. Like, it's us choosing to not go to the pub because we're trying not to drink anymore. Well, not so much me, but them. And so we're like, fuck it, just go on this instead. Because we're lazy. It's like, either go for a meal or play Fortnite. And just do these 2 things. Shall we do something random like rock climbing and that kind of shizzle? Yeah. But, yeah, so I'm keeping Fortnite. But Red Dead so far is okay. Played a couple hours. Confused as fuck is what's going on. Don't want to do the hunting because I feel it's cruel. I know it's a video game, but I'm like...
Oh, I hate killing animals in games.
I don't want to shoot that deer. Like, there's a mission where you got to shoot the deer, and I was like, I don't want to shoot that deer. I've gone and found us like 5 canned sweet corns. Can't we not just all share that? Do we need to kill these deer?
Again, I'm the kind of guy who, if there's dogs in Call of Duty, I just let them kill me.
I had to do that mission because it's a story-based one, so I was like, proper having a sit-down conversation with myself, like, okay, it's not real. These deers, they've got to die. They've got to die to progress the story, and then you don't have to kill anymore, and it's fine. You can just do this, get through it. I say, it's not real. It's just pixels on a screen.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can do it.
Oh,
so
no,
I felt bad.
I hate any animal killing in games.
Yeah, I know it's silly, but I felt bad about it. Poor little deers. Friggin' rip all the dead animals in Red Dead. I'm sorry for your loss. Other than the wolves. Fuck the wolves, because they came chasing after me.
Yes, stupid wolves.
Pop those motherfuckers. And there was a bear as well. I was like, I want to get down and just try and melee it to death. Just because it'd be funny to swing some punches at one.
Was the bear's name Barry?
Maybe? I don't know. It didn't come up with a name. It was there and it scared my horse. Although I'd already admittedly scared my horse. Another, with animal cruelty, because I'm still learning the controls, I accidentally pressed the punch button. I just full on, like, proper give my horse, like, a good punch in the arse. Like, right in the hind leg. And it made a noise. And I was like, oh no, I've just punched my horse right in the side of its arse. And I felt really bad about it.
Are you admiring those rendered testicles?
I haven't seen them yet, admittedly. I mean, I haven't really looked.
You gotta unlock them.
I'm gonna have to, like,
hours of gameplay.
I'm gonna have to go on the cinematic view and just, like, you know, angle the camera so I can see some testes, but I don't know. But I felt really bad about punching my horse, so.
That's what they probably, like, if you're a new employee at Rockstar, they're like, we got the right job for you. It's testicle
Since
time.
no one does manuals anymore, you've just gotta be on testicle duty. Like, that's the new thing. It's like QA, manual writing, testicle rendering.
Somebody had to, like, specifically, it had to be, like, written out that, like, you render the testicles. Like, this had to be, like, allotted to somebody, you know?
Oh god, yeah. Someone spent probably at least a week of work hours on there. Maybe a day, maybe a week strong, but at least a day, a full day's work. They went home after they'd, after a full day of work, they went home, and all they'd done is rendered some testicles on a cowboy game.
Yeah. Imagine being that guy, it'd be great.
That would have been one of my proudest days at work, to be honest.
Yeah, well, think about how much you would know about horse testicles after that. It'd be like one of those useless things you can just talk to people about, like, yeah, did you know horse testicles, la da da da.
Did you know? I mean, really, how much information would you need to know? They descend when it's warm, they retract when it's cold. Did you know that horse testicles are larger than... That's true. That is true. Although, I don't want to be that guy who comments on YouTube and says, these horse testicles are wildly inaccurate. These should be this size and in this position. And then you'd just be known as
a bull. What do they call the people who jerk off bulls? Like, surely they have some kind of nice name.
The bull, no? What are you talking about? Sorry? The sperm wrangler.
The bull jizz extractor. Like,
the BJ... The bull handler. The bull ball handler.
Bull ball handler.
There you go.
The bull handler.
It sounds Japanese. Bull handler. Bull yeah. So Red Dead's good, and you know, even without seeing any horse testicles just yet, it's pretty damn good.
Game.
Yeah. Oh god, then New Game Plus just unlocks all the horse testicles you could ever imagine. Yeah. Can't wait for that. Other than that, what else have I been up to? I just saw the new Harry Potter movie, like literally just before we recorded.
Wait,
come
they made
from
a
the
new
cinema.
Harry Potter movie?
Yeah, it's the the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah.
It was the sequel to that one.
Is Harry Potter in it?
No, because it's set in 1920s, like 1927 or something.
So he's like dead.
He's not even been born. Like his granddad might be around, but
hold up. When does Harry Potter take place?
The late 80s, early 90s.
What? It actually takes place in like the contemporary world. Well, I guess that's why they had like that flying car.
Have you? Yeah.
Man, I watched Harry Potter. I haven't watched a single one of those freaking movies. There's
a flying car around there. It's set, they were written in the very early 90s, so like I think it's like from 92 to 98 or something, like the 6 or 7 years or 90 to 97, I know, but yeah, the early 90s, because a lot of the time you just like, do you know a mobile phone could have been really handy here? Do you know what you guys could have needed? Smartphones. They would have fucking turned this place. Oh, it would have been great. Like, you know, when you get lost, don't need a magic charm. Oh wait, they're all, because that was the thing. They're all like, oh my god, they're surveying the area for any like magic use. It's like, just use a phone. You don't need to use a spell to find each other. Just text each other where you're going to meet up. That's all you need to do. Turn on the Snapchat, thing. You'll be able to find each other. But yeah, this one's set in like the 20s or, you know, early 20s, and it shows like France and America's sort of Ministry of Magic, and it's kind of cool for those who are interested in the Harry Potter lore, because it obviously gives them a chance to go into, like, the other bits. I guess it's very much like Rogue One for the Star Wars franchise, where it covers the plot of Grindelwald. He's in the title, so it's kind of obvious it does. And he was like the main bad wizard before Voldemort, who's the main one in Harry Potter. And when Dumbledore was young, so you meet a young Dumbledore, and there's all that kind of thing. So it's nice little throwbacks to the original books, because that's all brought up in the in the 7th book. They talk about all that shit. So it's nice. It was okay. I mean, it probably would have been a bit better for me because I've not seen the first one. I've seen bits, because I know it was on the TV when I think I was editing one of these shows, actually, when it was on, so I wasn't paying attention at all.
Did you
I was
watch any of the last Harry Potter spin-off movies? What was it called? The Hobbit?
I have watched The Hobbit, and it's not... Don't you say that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Other than that, no, yeah, it was a fun little movie. I don't really have much to say about it. It was okay. Although the only thing... I don't know if there was any word about it, but I just thought this was going to be a trilogy. But given the pacing of that film, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like another 2 or 3. Like it seemed like a sort of low key. It was weird because it felt like a TV series. Like the big climax of the movie was like a bit low key for what a film would be, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Like, especially given, like, you know, the big events that happen in, like, Harry Potter, the original series. Like, oh my god, Voldemort's taken over the world and killed Dumbledore and all that shit. Like, it was just sort of like...
Dumbledore died? I totally didn't know that.
Oh, I'm sorry to spoil it for you. I apologize. It's sort of like, oh, this guy's having a meeting and trying to radicalize people. It's sort of, as well, you can tell, is very much like, they're sort of introducing some issues in there, but they're doing it in like a really basic fashion. So this guy has some ideals that are a bit radical. He's actually a bad guy, but his message might make sense to some. And then he's like, oh, I gather all my people around while he's doing a rally, and then all the ministry turn up, and they're the police who are really too overly aggressive. And they end up killing a woman for no reason, even though, well, she kind of got her wand out, but he just killed her. And it was like the most ham-fisted attempt of, look, see, they're the violent ones, not us. Like that kind of trope.
Like the Soviet Union.
It was really weird because it was just like, okay, I get it. And it was just done in such a simplistic and on-the-nose way that you're like, yeah, I get it. No, she's going to make a move, then she's going to die. Didn't need to kill her. Like, they could have just subdued her, but apparently they're all bloodthirsty because they're in the 20s. But one of the funny things was he was like, so his whole plan, spoilers for this movie, you'll know, I'm sure everyone knows. Grindelwald is a person who says we shouldn't be hiding as wizards. We shouldn't hide away from the humans. We have far superior powers and can do way more than them. So why aren't we ruling? So that's his view. And a lot of other wizards to his cause are like, yeah, we should be ruling the world and we'll make it a better place. But then in his like rally, he goes, guys, if we don't like rule the world and can take control, this is what's going to happen. And then he shows them like an image of the future, like he has like takes a hit on a skull pipe. It's weird. Like he has like a skull with like a little shisha pipe attached to it. And he blows some smoke and it shows World War II and nukes and stuff. It just shows that. And I'm like, but in the logic of the movie and me watching it, I'm like, yeah, World War II was quite bad. This guy's saying you can start World War II.
No, if they're wizards, can't they like...
This is what... I've never considered this.
Then that shit...
Why wouldn't they stop it? Exactly. Because I'm like, there's wizards all the way around the world. Bet there was a few Japanese wizards there who were like, maybe we should stop this nuclear bomb.
No, granted, maybe if they were like, yeah, the wizards could have just like done their powers to like
magicked it away
space or something.
Exactly.
And like you can imagine the wizards on all sides just means World War II is the Wizard War. It was Wizard War II.
Because they literally showed it, and I know it's supposed to be set in in our universe, but yeah. I've never considered, and I was like, wait a second. So they've lived through World War I already, yeah. And he's basically, his point was, humans are getting too arrogant, their pursuit of power and their technology and weapons are becoming too dangerous, so like they need to be wrangled in. And I'm like, he's kind of right, no. If he has the power to stop World War II from happening, maybe that's a good thing, you know?
So you mean he was just sitting by while the Holocaust is happening? Like, I could use my wizard powers, but I won't.
Johnny Depp didn't care the Holocaust. Well, no, Johnny Depp did care the Holocaust was happening. Dumbledore didn't. Dumbledore's a Holocaust denier. Quite literally. Well, an enabler. That's what he is. He enabled the Holocaust because he went, hey, yo, Dumbledore, do you want to just, like, teleport over to Germany and sort out Hitler and then there'll be no war and 6 million people don't need to die? Nah, I'm good, fam. I'm just going to stay here. But it kind of, I was like, do you know what? I would love to see a spin-off of, like, Harry Potter where they make fucking Hitler a wizard and that's why he couldn't just be magically assassinated. Oh my god, what if there's a spin-off where, yeah, Winston Churchill, wizard. Hitler, wizard. Put them, they're all wizards. Stalin, wizard. Yeah. They're all just wizards. And they've got, like, you know, the nuke wasn't a nuclear weapon. It was a wizard bomb. Yeah. Probably have a different name. The magic bomb. Japanese wizards all over the place. I just, that one little bit, I was like, wait, so these wizards just let World War II happen. But anyway.
Yeah, like they're just kind of like sitting idly the whole time, like, yeah, let's see what happens.
For the next like 20 minutes, like for the remaining 20 minutes of the film, I was just sitting there wondering, like, I was like, Harry Potter, World War II happened in the world of Harry Potter, but there's all these wizards. It baffled me. I didn't know what to do about it.
Yeah, but that's like a very confusing, like, it raises more questions than not.
I was like, even don't mention it, because up until that point, you just sort of assume, it probably didn't happen, or, no, something happened, but by specifically showing it, and his argument was, if we don't do something, this is gonna happen. We know it happens, in our, like, we know that does actually happen, so we're like, wait, so, he was right, he has a point, because surely us, an audience, watching going, if there was a way to stop World War II from happening entirely, probably would want that. Like, I know.
Yeah, although, like, most of us wouldn't exist. I wouldn't exist, and pretty much, like, a lot of people wouldn't.
I'm sure you would have.
And you
somehow, some way.
There's no way I'd exist, because there'd be no migration.
I've seen how hard your father looked. His sperm would fucking shoot through national boundaries.
No, that's my
great-grandfather, sorry.
Yeah.
He would have his seed was tough enough to travel the Atlantic.
Yeah. But
he's a cool guy.
Yeah, it'd be one of those like paradoxes where if you stop World War II, like so many people just wouldn't exist.
That's true. Getting deep on this one. I kind of want a Harry Potter that explores this. Be interesting. But that's enough rambling from me. I don't know. I'm just reeling off on shit. I can't remember what else I've watched. I've done other stuff, but it's fine. We'll do it next week when Corin's here. We don't want to talk too much. We've got some bits and pieces to get to. Some bits and pieces that you would call the news.
When it's time for the news, I'm telling you. That was the best one yet.
Okay. Short but sweet, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to talk about something. We'll start off with a sad one. It is a sad one. We'll get a bit serious now. You know, we know we're the happy hour, but we've got to acknowledge it. It happened just after the day after we recorded, so I know we're old hat this one, but friggin' rip Stanley. 95 years old, Monday the 12th of November, that news broke, sadly. Sad times.
Mean, you can say that he lived a complete life and never, like, went totally senile and weird.
Hey, 95 is a damn good age for that man. And the fact that he was still... I think he was ill the final year of his life.
Yeah.
Which is kind of to be expected at that point, to be honest. But like, he was still up doing the cameos.
That's older than you expect most people to live.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, no, the fact he was around. He hopefully lived a good life by his standards. I'm sure he did. Yeah, it's a big loss for everyone. I know... I mean, some people are coming out and like, oh my God. Like, you always get the classic Facebook where it's like, shaped my life in so many ways. I ain't gonna pretend that. Like, I'm not massive Marvel fan or anything. I like the movies and shit.
He's not responsible solely for all this stuff as well. Of course, everyone will mention Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's not the only guy. He's not like Stanley is like the only person who did anything in Marvel.
Yeah. He was a huge part. Like, not to obviously understate his accomplishments and everything, and like, you know, he had a hand in in creating a lot of these characters and a lot of stuff that's grown up. So like even if you were to say he was just the initial spark, which is
'cause he's
not
like
just what he is at all, but
face and spirit of comics.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
He's the mascot character, the spokesperson.
Pretty much, yeah. The cameos and everything, it's all good. Sad news, but good. The guy lived to 95. Looked pretty damn good until near the end. So
Yeah, for that age, like you can only hope that things can turn out like that for you.
I hope I can leave half a legacy that he did. So we raise a happy hour glass to Stanley. Rest in peace.
See, that definitely helped him though. Like just being that recognizable old guy, because like if he died and he was like, I don't know, 75, would people even think as fondly of him without all the cameos and stuff like that?
Nah, not without the cameos. Cameos are the big thing.
Without the cameos and just finding a way to be remembered by like this generation and shit like that as well.
Yeah. I think that definitely helps, because with the comic boom, having him there and people going back, and now like comics have sort of come back into fashion, I guess. Like you'll see the graphic novels and stuff around, so definitely helped. I'm sure many people will memorialize him, and I'm sure Corin's probably got a lot to say as well. So he might share his thoughts next week as well. But R.I.P. Sad times. I saw Sir Ian McKellen on a talk show recently as well, and he turns 80 next year.
Is that the Emperor?
No, that is Gandalf / Magneto.
Who's the Emperor? Oh, the Emperor guy's not that old.
Can't remember his name. Yeah, he's not 79.
Ian McDermott?
Ian McKellen is... I couldn't tell you what Palpatine's name is.
Ian something or other.
Ian McKeon.
He's not that old. What am I talking about?
Yeah. 79, and he looked old on this talk show. Yeah. Like sort of, he was a bit old manish, like a bit divering. He misheard someone, and I was like, "Oh, little Ian." But he's doing a tour, like an 80-day tour, like 80 dates. Sorry, so I don't think it's consecutive. All up and down the country. So I might see if I can catch one. He doesn't, from what he was saying, he wasn't really sure what he was doing. He's just going to do a bit of like Shakespeare, stand up, just this mix of things, which is weird because I was like, that's a weird show. But then I'm thinking, will I ever have another chance to see Ian McKellen again? Because he's getting old now, so should I make use of it? Because he's a good actor, one of my favorite actors. So
man, that's like the same thing I think about like 70s and 80s bands. They can be like 60 or 70, but you're like, yeah, they're probably gonna die soon, so I should go see them.
Best go see him,
even if they're only like all late 60s.
I'm waiting for a band to come out and say might be the last tour before the grave, because that'll sell out in fucking minutes.
Yeah, but like they don't market it as the farewell tour, just like that's what like the Stones will do.
Yeah, just call it that, like
before the grave.
Last one before the grave, and then they'll do another one the next year and say we didn't die, so maybe last one before the grave, and then probably last one before the grave. It'd be great.
That's what Ozzy's farewell tour should be called. He's calling it No More Tours. He should just call it the last one before the grave.
Yeah, last one before it die. But last one before the grave.
It would fit Ozzy's aesthetic if he called his tour Last One Before the Grave.
It's a fucking cool name as well, to be fair. Last One Before the Grave.
You're freaking Ozzy, you're the guy who's remembered for all this shit, and your tour is called Last One Before the Grave. Like, it just works.
That's a fucking cool last tour name. I'd buy that band shirt for a fucking, in a heartbeat. That tour shirt would be sick.
See,
Ozzy Osbourne, Last Tour Before the Grave.
Stupid like Rob Zombie is gonna take that name and like write it down. So in 10 years he'll do it in like casinos and shit where like there's like barely anyone that goes.
No one will know. But yeah, everyone getting back to Stan Lee, sorry, and the cameos. I saw like people are petitioning apparently for Deadpool to do the cameos now. I don't know how I feel, but just leave the cameos. We don't need more Ryan Reynolds.
Like it's done. Like there's no need to.
Yeah, you don't need to do any more cameos now. Just let it was a Stan Lee thing, and then the last one that he was in, that's the last one.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fine.
That's that really.
Yeah, it was a nice little thing that he did. Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, so yeah, working him in so I can segue on. Probably the best trailer for the hottest movie of 2019 dropped in the last week. And that was...
We talked about that.
Did we talk about Detective Pikachu?
I think so.
No, did we? Am I tripping?
Mr. Mime and shit like that?
Fuck. Never mind then. Okay, ignore me, everyone. Detective Pikachu is out. I'm still not sure how I feel about the trailer. Even now, I still have no clue. We must have talked about it. I'm tripping.
Yeah, I didn't watch the trailer because I'm not going to watch the movie. But yeah,
it's not bad. Not bad trailer. It's fine. It's okay.
So, speaking of movie trailers, we got the trailer for the Love Live Sunshine movie.
Oh, you did?
What is it called? Like, it's called Over the Rainbow or something stupid like they would do, and like it's a stupid like typical Love Live name. It's about they go to Italy, so like that's okay. Hopefully they go there for more than like 20 minutes. Like in the Love Live movie when they go to New York for like 2 seconds and everything in New York is great and the rest of the movie is like not as good. You know?
Hopefully more Italy, more of the time.
Yeah,
for
I
Love
hope
Live
that
movie.
they get some true eye ties in there as well, you know?
I think the My Hero Academia one's set in New York.
Oh, is
the
it?
movie that's coming out. I know it's in like America. It's basically All Might going to America, which is kind of interesting. Because he's very Americanized, so I guess it makes sense now.
To do this Love Live movie, and if they dub it, they all just sound like all the random characters will sound like.
Mamma mia!
No, it'd be great if they just dubbed it, but they all sounded like the mafia, like the New York thing, which is totally
the New York American,
which is totally not the real Italian accent. But if they just did it like that anyway, that's totally what they would do for like an American dub of something like that.
Hey, yo, these fucking Japs getting in my face with her mole and her armpits and shit. Get out of here.
What it's supposed to sound like.
I can't do it. We haven't got Nair here. If we need an accent, Nair's the guy, and we haven't got him here. I'm doing the best I can.
Sure, we got the half-blooder, but that doesn't give me any help.
Hey, yo, we got Fat Tony. Do an Italian-American accent for us. Do the very New York kind of accent.
No, I'd much rather do this kind of accent. What do you call it? The turn of the century kind of voice.
Oh, yeah, the old-timey 1950s, like, yo, what's the matter with you, buddy? You got a problem?
This really does fascinate me, and I find it quite perplexing on this, occasion.
I hope that the Love Life one is dubbed like that. You know, the girls talk like that.
Hey, Chica, when are we going to perform? I'm really getting anxious and thinking that I have jitters. I have the jitterbugs.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
I actually want you to just go back and dub there for the Love Live series now. Just use that voice for all of them.
Voice. Ah, my little demons, I will descend upon thee. Yeah, but no, they had the trailer. It'll be fun, probably. I still think it's inaccurate that Mari is blonde because, I don't know, I don't think of Italians as being blonde.
Hey!
Like, I don't know, I guess like some are, but that's probably more like
I get why
part.
you do it, because that's a very anime thing where to signify someone as foreign, they give them blonde or light-colored hair.
Yeah, but it's they did this in Blend S as well, but it didn't make sense to me because like Italians, like they're not like.
Yeah, but from Japan, they're like European, and when you think European, they think white, blonde, blue eyes. They think of a glorious Aryan chap.
Yeah, that's like not as accurate.
I know it's not accurate. I'm not arguing the fact that it's not accurate. Maybe they just do it whatever, but that's what I.
Oh yeah, that's just the typical like European thing to do. Especially if Mari was only like half, she wouldn't have blonde hair and blue eyes. But
no, she'd definitely have black hair.
Yeah, definitely don't. It's definitely just one of those specific things.
Hey, look, she's foreign. She's got different hair.
At the same time, it is Love Live where guys apparently don't exist, so who knows?
Exactly. It's a weird time to be alive in the Love Live universe.
Well, guys exist, but they like
only show up to Love Live concerts. That's it. They don't exist outside that bubble.
No, it's only like dads. Only the like characters' dads exist, and only like some of them.
Do you think there's only a few males alive, and it's only those who are there just to pump out idols? Like it's a very seedy, dark thing where that husband is captive. He is destined to impregnate idols, so they can give birth to more idols, and the chain commences because all the men have been eradicated.
Yeah, it could happen because definitely, like you have Mari's dad in Love Live Sunshine. And then you have Honika's dad in the original Love Live, and those are literally the only guys. Except for, like, I think Nico has a brother? Maybe? I don't know. There's very few anyway. But I think this Love Live movie, it'll probably give us all the classic cheese. It'll be very cheesy and fun, so I'll watch. I just really want them to dub it and just do like that New York accent for all like the normal characters. It would just be like so fascinatingly bad. Speaking of which, why does it like in every like video game or anything, like every American dub, there always needs to be someone who talks in that New York or New Jersey Italian way?
Because it's a good accent.
I know, but it's just such
You're going to get a bunch of English people on there? Nah.
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 It's just I just rather they all talked like this instead. I think this is a much better voice to use.
They'll either do that, or they'll get like the guy who voices Mario to voice all. Mind you just said there's no males there, so maybe there's males in Italy.
Can we get like my grandma to voice Mari, because I think that'd be great.
Sure. I mean, we can.
She just come in.
We can try.
Oh, we must be we're gonna be idols. Yes.
We'll get whichever studio produces it. Maybe Funimation will handle the dub. I don't know. I'm guessing. We'll get them in touch with your grandma and see if she can get in there.
Yeah, because I think like she would play Mari very well, and it'd be good.
This is an open letter to Funimation. If you can please get in touch with Manimal. We have got a job for his grandmother. Don't even bother casting for Mari, because we've got it covered. We've got that sorted for you.
Man, why can't stuff like this happen?
Why can't my grandmother be in anime? God damn it! Why is the world so cruel?
Like it would be like, oh, I wish that I could get her to like dub something.
Would you rather?
I'm not gonna be like, hey, can you like do this?
That's an interesting conversation. Okay, Mom. Grandma. This is called Manga Sensei. I'm gonna need you to say the following lines.
Yes, I do. Please dub Errol Mongol Sensei. That'd be great.
That's in the future. Maybe that's a good would you rather, actually. Okay. So your grandma becomes a very famous voice actress.
Yeah.
A seiyuu or whatever. However, it is only for like really fan servicey, a bit questionable shows like Manga Sensei and stuff like that. Would you be happy? It's her dream. She's like, honestly, little Manimal, all I wanted to be when I grew up was to be voice acting.
No, that
cartoons.
isn't a spastic enough voice.
Is she a spastic?
Well, yeah. Well, not like, it's just like in a natural italic way.
Okay, I just want to say, Manimal's thoughts that all Italian people are mentally handicapped does not reflect the views of the Happy Hour. That's his own personal opinion.
Naturally crazy. It's true.
Okay, that's better.
It's true.
You're all naturally crazy. Again, I'll stand by my statement. But moving on. They're the Love Life movie, My Hero movie, and Pikachu movie. All those kind of movies coming out. Bumblebee's coming out. Fuck. Can't wait for that shit.
Yeah, I ain't watching that. I'm done with Transformers movies.
I haven't seen the fifth one.
They've hurt me like one too many times.
I'd probably... God.
Man,
choking just thinking of it.
I didn't watch the fifth movie. They put freaking Merlin in that movie. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh,
it has like stupid wizards and stuff in it.
Oh, that's stupid. That's dumb if it's got Merlin in. Oh god. I might watch it because I don't think it's Michael Bay who's directing it. So
no, but different. Like this is like how they're gonna try to save the Transformers franchise because they realized the
origin
last
stories
night was like one too many.
They might do.
Because like
I'd probably go see it. I'd give it a chance.
Age of Extinction is definitely what made people be like, no, because that was the movie for me that was like, I ain't watching any more of these,
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. I went to watch the fourth one. I watched the first two at the cinema. I got the DVD of the third one, watched it once, and I was like, this went a weird way. And then I watched the fourth one, and it was really bizarre.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was definitely the movie where I was like, I don't need to do this out of some kind of obligation to have to watch movies.
That's where I was
just because
out.
I have such an attachment to the first two, and they're very important movies to my life. Because again, the first movie is like a pivotal turning point. Because I was 11 when it came out, so it was a pivotal turning point in my life. The first one.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't need to buy into this shit anymore because it's not.
I ain't buying.
you know?
No, that's fair. That's totally fair.
And then the last night, I just was like, I'm not even going to watch this. Because I don't have to, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I might watch Bumblebee. I don't know. We'll see what the future holds. But, speaking of the future, 2 quick bits of news. They,
but you go.
Oh, yeah. I'll plow through these and then we'll smash through that. The Black Lagoon manga is returning finally from one of its multiple hiatuses.
Yeah, I thought it already returned.
It did, and then it went on hiatus again. It's coming back in spring 2019, so all you Black Lagooners out there, you'll get more of your show, which will be... more of your manga, sorry. Maybe more of the show, who knows down the line, probably not. So enjoy, and also as well, they showed on a TV show a preview of the final panel from the final chapter of Attack on Titan. So it caused a bit of confusion at first, because it's a rough sketch of it. Spoilers for Attack on Titan, I guess, because he has long said that he knew exactly where he wants the series to go. He knows where it's going to go in the end. Like, he knows what the final chapter is going to be. So he's long said that. And the final panel is, we assume, Eren holding a baby, telling it, "You're free." That's what the translation was. Now, people were in a bit of a scramble. They're going, "Oh my god, they're going to end it in the next 2 chapters. What the fuck's going on? Whoa!" And all this crazy nonsense is what they were saying. It's just a rough sketch. He's just sketched it out for the sake of it. So it's not in any danger of ending soon. If it does, I wouldn't be too heartbroken, because it is definitely peaked. It's definitely peaked. Maybe I'll end up eating my words in the next couple of years. I do not know, but...
No, I think Attack on Titan, should just end.
Yeah,
I think its relevance in culture has come to a natural conclusion as well.
Yeah, I think this is still, don't get me wrong, this season still good. Up until the point, because you can define it in 2 very distinct arcs. You can do obviously you can break it down way more, but everything changes once they get to the basement, which is good. Obviously, there's the payoff, but it doesn't change in a good way. It's not the direction that you'd want it to take. And the story-wise, you just sort of it leaves you, maybe when it's animated, because again, this is me reading it month to month. It comes out once a month. So imagine reading 40 pages of manga once a month. You ain't going to be as invested in the story and you ain't going to follow as closely as you would. But it's just a whole lot of, huh? What? And it's just exposition over exposition. And by the way, so you spent all this time in this tiny island somewhere, but here's everything that's going on in the rest of the world. And it's oh, okay. So you learn a lot. Too much, it suddenly balloons the scope of the world way too far, way too quickly, and it's just sort of okay, well, I guess. And I just don't feel invested still, so, I'd be happy with it going. That is it from me, no. What's your final tidbit of news that you want to hit, Manimal?
Well, yes, since we talked about it, I figure we'll talk about the PS1 Classic again now that they have more out on
have they announced the games? Oh, I haven't seen this yet. Tell me.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Okay,
so
give me a list if you've got it.
Yeah, the thing is with anything like this where there's a system with shit ton of games that people have investment in, it's never going to be a happy list. But if you give me the PS1 Classic and you'll put a Crash game on it, this is bullshit.
There's no Crash game?
No, who would ever be okay, PS1 Classic, but it doesn't have the most classic series on it. Instead, you got your Final Fantasy VII and your freaking Metal Gear Solid and Rainbow Six, which was totally necessary. Yeah.
Really?
But man, they put Twisted Metal 1, not even number 4. Everyone knows number 4 is where it's at. Is
that PS1 game now?
Was that? Yeah, it was on PS1. And why did they put the stupid Bird's Eye View Grand Theft Auto on here?
That should be on there. If we were making a PS1 Classic, I would go Final Fantasy VII, maybe Final Fantasy 8 or 9 as well. Put a couple on there. Metal Gear, obviously. Tekken, big games on there, so I'd definitely put Tekken on. Yeah. Crash would be a given. I'd maybe even do Crash Team Racing. Yeah, Crash Team Racing. Put that on. Because Crash has just come out remastered, so put Crash Team Racing on.
Yeah, and it's stupid because, besides the game list, which is pretty boring, The thing that really bothered me is the fact that the power supply is like a micro USB, but they're not even including it with the system, which on principle is bullshit. How can you sell something that doesn't have everything it needs to power it? Like,
so it doesn't come with a power supply?
No, it's inherently just evil and stupid to sell a product that doesn't have everything you need to use it. Because granted, people try to justify like, well, everyone has one of those lying around, but I shouldn't have to have one lying around. It should come with one.
Buy that, because that's the argument. People go, oh, well, it's cheap. Well, if it's cheap, just fucking include it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, this is like a matter of principle. Like, if you sell me something, it needs to come with everything I need to use it. Like, what kind of bullshit?
Dumb.
Like, are you really telling me they kind of include like a stupid micro USB cable with these? Like,
what bothers me about that shit as well is then you've got to plug it into something that has a USB power supply. I think it's more common in America, I guess.
Wall block, wall charger.
Yeah, you guys, like, I know you have like USB outlets like built into plug sockets and stuff like over that way, but that's not a very common thing here.
You might be able to plug it right into your TV.
Maybe, yeah, but I don't know, because there's a USB slot, like there's a couple on mine, but I don't think they're like power, like, do you know what I mean? They won't power something.
Maybe not.
They're just like there for transfers and stuff. So maybe they are programmed to do that. I don't know, but there's certain chargers that aren't programmed to, like an amplifier, like they won't charge or power something. They're just there purely for transmission or whatever. Yeah. Transferring? I don't know. I just feel like that's bullshit.
Like that one thing, like, I mean, I already like have no interest in this because I can just play the PS1. But that one thing just makes you be like, okay, I especially never want to get this. Just the idea of selling something that you can't out of the box use.
Did the Mega Drive and the NES classics come with power supplies? Do we know?
Yeah, like everything ever does. Like,
how weird.
When have you ever bought anything that didn't come with, even like if you bought a phone and it didn't come with the cable, like it make no sense. You know,
it would be weird. I don't know. I guess they have the reasons, but it's some dumb reason.
It's the bullshit of like they could very well do that, but they're not, to cut costs for some stupid reason. And,
a couple $1 cable. Don't want to include it. Just make it a plug. Just give it a plug.
And I still think that it's too early for a PS1 Classic as well. I don't know. I mean, sure, there are like 3 consoles after that, but
I don't think it's too early because I haven't got a PS1 anymore, and they are quite. I mean, you can get some, but like the shelf life of them and like how reliable they're going to be if you buy them second, third hand or whatever is questionable. Yeah. So I think it is the right time.
They're still easier and cheaper to find than an NES and a Super Nintendo.
Expand the fucking game. Like, that's the only thing that concerns me with it is them saying, here's a console. It has 20 games on. There will never be more on it. Like, we can't get a patch. You can't fucking slot a memory card in there that's going to have the upgrade. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, they ain't going to, like, even if they said, this is the 20 base games, and then you'll be able to buy, like, expand. I know this is a lot of work. This is just us shit talking. Like, I know, I understand this is going to be a lot of work if they were to do something like this, but have memory cards. I have fucking anything that you stick in. It's got an extra 12, extra 20 games. You buy these expandable packs. It could be the fucking sports pack. Could be the fighters pack that has all, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Virtua Fighter, that kind of shit on. Have all the racing games. Have all the classics. All the Spyros, Croc, and all that kind of stuff on there.
That's just it. Like, I know the Spyro remastered stuff came out, but I saw one video that made sense. Like, you're buying the PS1 Classic to play the games as they were, not this new, like, fancy HD version of them.
You know? You want to play it on the original, like the original controller and all that kind of stuff.
Crash 3 in the game. Like who wants to play? Dope. Who wants to play some stupid snowboarding game?
Nah, not unless it was SSX whatever.
Or like what the hell's Mr. Driller?
Mr. Driller? I've never heard of it. Maybe it's a porn thing.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't know. This just something about that bothered me, so I just wanted to talk about that.
No, it is dumb. That's super dumb if you don't include a power supply.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing: you don't have, there's no way of powering it, but well done.
And people like shouldn't be trying to find ways to justify this, like, everyone has one lying around, but that doesn't matter.
Just makes it inconvenient, because then I've got a hook. Like, for me, I would have to use my PS Vita charger. That's a mains-powered charger. I'd have to find that, plug that in to power it, or I'd have to use a micro USB and then plug that into the PS4 and have the PS4 turned on, or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
or
yeah,
the laptop.
It should just
It's just
come
making
with everything you need.
Shouldn't have to daisy chain my electronics so I can power one that should come with a fucking power supply. It's weird.
That's just like the most just stupid bullshit. It's like, what if they released the NES back in the day and were like, you just got to buy a 12-volt adapter. You could find one easy.
Yeah, come on, guys. 4D batteries or whatever they were. God, thank God, disposable batteries aren't a thing no more.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely would have been powered by one of them.
Yeah.
You just need 18 AA batteries and you'll be okay.
Buy the iPhone, the batteries sold separately though. You can just find one. It's like, whatever. Just get one.
You'll fine. It'll be okay. Yeah. No, that's dumb. You got anything else for news?
No, that's all I have.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, this is normally the time that we would briskly move on over to the fall season of anime and what we've been watching. However, Manimal, I'm pretty certain you haven't watched anything this week.
I have not.
That is correct. And I have not watched a ton this week. I'm still catching up. But also the main guy who does it is Matt. And I don't want to kind of
just be confused with the real Matt, who I gave a shout out to earlier.
Yeah. Obviously, this is fake Matt. Fake Matt who didn't show up. Yeah, so it's kind of pointless me just going through, I watched this Manimal, do you know, and like just talking at you for like 10-15 minutes. So we're going to leave the fall season recap. We're going to leave that till next week when hopefully Matt will be back with us. He should be, by all intents and purposes. I believe he will be. I've got faith in his scientific skills and being able to resolve his technical issues. So we'll leave that till next week. So that's the end of the show, guys. Like I say, we'll do the recap next week, so don't you worry about that. We'll have a lot more anime-related goodness then. Just a shit talk episode. If you didn't like it, don't matter. Come back next week. It'll be different. Don't worry about it. You know, life's too short for that kind of shit. And if you did like it, which of course you did, I don't know. There's nothing you can do to just, well done. Congratulations for liking it, I guess.
Yeah,
nothing really to add to it. Good job. Well done. You enjoyed something. You pressed on some content, listened to it, and enjoyed it. Were mildly entertained for an hour. And that's the highest praise that we could ever receive. Before we head out now and close the door on episode 158, Manimal, is there any parting shots you want to say to me, the audience, or both of us?
Yeah, all I gotta say to you guys is check out my album, My Nonsense, available on canela.bandcamp.com. At the end of this episode, we'll play the song Matador with an exclamation mark at the end.
Matador!
Yeah, so you guys can, interpret that however you wish. We'll play at the end, and it'll be exciting.
It will be. Okay. Well, till next week, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to tune out with the very wonderful...
Very special.
Very special Chuny Chronicles. Take care, everyone. Bye, bye, bye.
The Chuny Chronicles continues. As the Dilbert calendar faded to black, and the endless ages were dumped away to the trash cans and the garbage men who day to day live the life in filth, the delivery and takeaway of filth, the cycle literally composed of garbage dealing and garbage treatment. The Chuny wonders and thinks, in fact, in this society designed to function, all must fill the parts. All must operate in a way to make it easy for all. Someone to take out the trash. Someone to sell me cream when I get a rash. Someone, but what of this one? The Chuny wonders, why? Why am I here? What is my purpose in life, besides the cleanly shaven and wonderful pits that roam and shine? What can these pits do? What purpose to this society do the pits serve? As the chuny wanders down the street to the office, she thinks, not in this place will my pits shine. Not in this environment will my purpose realized. The chuny now must ponder the pits of magic and gold, like a leprechaun's trail to the end of the rainbow, only revealing the best gift of all, the pits. The chuny knows this.
I'm not ready for what's inside. I might